Hunter Biden went to court to lock in his sweetheart deal, but things did not go as he hoped. The plea deal that would have had him pay a fine and spare him any time in prison hit a major roadblock when the judge started to kick the tires of the deal in real time. And here's what happened when she started to peel back the layers of that deal. It became obvious that the prosecutors from the government and Hunter Biden's legal team did not agree on the terms, right? In a nutshell, Hunter's team believed that in return for pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges, and let's remember, those tax charges stemmed from him not paying a boatload of taxes on money that he was raking in from foreign clients on, let's call it what it was, influence peddling, selling access to his dad and who knows who else, right? And also what's called a pretrial diversion on that felony gun charge. And again, let's remember where that came from. It stemmed from him lying on a federal form to get a gun because he was an active drug user and you're not allowed to get a gun. The form says very clearly, are you an active drug user? He checked no. That's a felony, folks, a felony. I guess Democrats don't care about that sometimes. But in agreeing to all this, if he had signed on the dotted line, he would have agreed to pay a fine, serve no jail time. But here's the issue, the nut that got the judge going. His team, Hunter's team, understood that if they bought into this deal, it would leave his record clear if he completed probation, but it would also include broad guarantees against any further prosecution on a wide range of other charges that would have surrounded this. But the judge started asking questions about the deal. Like, for example, would it include charges that could stem from violating the Foreign Agent Records Act, FARA, right? Because it's widely accepted that these clients that Hunter had were actually controlled by foreign governments, which would have required him to file and register with the Department of Justice, which he did not. I brought this up in the past. This is the law, FARA, that many Trump campaign associates like Paul Manafort were prosecuted under. They went to jail for it. And Hunter Biden, was he about to get a big pass on it? That's what the judge wanted to know. She was thinking the same thing that I've been thinking, that so many others have been thinking. Are you really going to allow him to get a pass on all of that? Are you allowing him to not even have that investigated? Well, the government prosecutor said that no. The deal would prevent this. They could continue to look into that. And Hunter's team went into a tailspin. He refused to plead guilty without these guarantees. So the judge effectively blew up the deal as it stood. Now, you might remember when this deal was cut, Hunter's team was very public that their client was good to go. This encompassed everything that he had done. No more prosecution was going to come of it. And that was well over a month ago. But if the judge had not asked these questions, he would have pled guilty and who knows what would have happened. It's a good thing that the judge, in a very public setting, got this cleared up, restoring at least, I think, some sense of hope that Hunter isn't entirely above the law. I mean, even the deal on just the tax and the gun charges, it's still a sweetheart deal. But let's face it, it's crystal clear that the messages that we've seen come from his laptop make it clear that Hunter was trying to skirt the FARA law. He didn't want to register, and he knew it would be a problem. Beyond the plea deal and Hunter's issues, though, remember, though, and this all comes back to President Biden, he said time and time again, my son has done nothing wrong. Nothing. Well, if you've done nothing wrong, and let's face it, the tax and gun charges are not disputable. But if he's done nothing wrong, Mr. President, why did he plead guilty? Now, here's a crazy question. Someone might want to ask President Biden or even the press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, if you think that's going to happen, though, if you think anyone's going to hold this administration accountable or ask them the tough questions, let me know below. Because if you do, I've got some waterfront property in Arizona that I want to sell you. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.